At this pace, Smokey will be our first two-time champion! Come on, Smokey! He's done it! 3 seconds left! Smokey Massacre! Kanzen ha! Complete victory! Now for the flying shoe, he's never failed us before. Come on, Smokey. No, Smokey, do stop! Sticks it, but only 10 seconds left until he goes into the metal spin. He's going to fail stage 2 again, and he's out of the metal spin, nevertheless. Now for the double compressor fireball. Chops up short of the first one. 2 more jumps left to go. Atlantic Champ looking into the 5th flash. No, it comes up short and tournament 14 is over. Today, 50 competitors have returned for the second tournament of Season 4. With last tournament proving to be the deadliest since Tournament 6, our competitors will need to give it every ounce of skill they've got to get far here in Tournament 15, because if they don't, they will be eaten alive and swallowed whole by the rapid flood of tidal. Today, we'll be in for the roller coaster of the century, with the toughest course in the show's history, featuring many tricks and traps that will annihilate anyone who dares to oppose it. Will our field of 50 stand strong and pull through this incredible challenge, or will we witness another tsunami of bloodshed and failure? We are about to find out. This is the 15th edition of the Ultimate Survival Attack, Spartan Sasuke! Hello everybody, Halo jumpers and Roblox kids alike. It's 2019, which means it is time for another exciting tournament of Spartan Sasuke. I am your host RPG445 and welcome to Spartan Sasuke Tournament 15. Today, 50 competitors from all across the world are here to take on the most difficult obstacle course on Halo 5 in hopes of going all the way to achieving complete victory and winning $100 on Xbox Live. Last tournament proved to be very tough as only 3 made it past stage 1 and only 1 would even get to stage 3 where he was eventually defeated. But this course has been made even tougher with plenty of new obstacles and modifications to older obstacles. Our 50 competitors will face the most difficult test they've ever seen, and they better hope that they came prepared, because if not, the course will mercilessly strike them down. Before we begin the tournament, I'd like to talk about the new simplified ranking system. Newcomer is anyone making their first appearance on the course. Regular is anyone making their second or subsequent appearances. Veteran is anyone that has cleared stage 1 at least once. And All-Star is only reserved for the best of the best. So, with that said, let's take a look at what our competitors will face here on the first stage. Our 50 competitors will face 10 obstacles here on the first stage, 4 of which are brand new to Tournament 15. It begins with the new first obstacle, Piston Road. Jump across the 4 pistons to reach the other side, which then leads into another new obstacle, the Ledge Leap, where competitors will be required to jump on this small ledge before reaching the dismount. After that, they'll face the Vertigo, which is now the 3rd obstacle instead of the 6th, but it has been made easier to compensate for that. After that, they'll face our next new obstacle, the Fishbone. This diabolical new obstacle requires competitors to have precise precision and timing. And then they'll face the Dragon Glider, which has been made tougher this tournament since only 4 competitors failed it in Tournament 14. And it's the last of our new obstacles, the Rolling Jump. Competitors will roll this soccer ball down a 15-degree angle track and then jump to their cargo net where they'll be required to climb it. After that, it's back to familiar territory with the crazy wall, which has been made tougher. And also made tougher is the flying chute, where competitors will need to jump earlier than they had to in the last tournament. And if they make it past that, they'll then tackle the Tarzan rope, which eliminated Weapon Mat and Strafe Helix in the last tournament. And then the brick climb, and then scale that, and hit the fusion coil within 110 seconds to advance to the second stage. Do any of our 50 competitors have what it takes to do so? Let's find out. 50 competitors, how will they do on the most difficult course Spartan Sasuke has ever seen? We are about to find out. Kicking off 2019's first tournament is NK 2018. Now I know there's more letters in this gamer tag, but if I said them out loud, then probably wouldn't be that family friendly. So we're gonna keep it PG. We're just gonna call him NK, because why not? So anyways, NK, he'll have 110 seconds to tackle 10 obstacles, and he's off onto the piston road, taking a nice slow approach with these steps. Alright, going into the third one, and he misses, and our first competitor out on the very first obstacle. How cliche. Next up, we have Mumbles Fogarty. This guy is generally considered one of the least skilled competitors on this course, rarely ever getting past the first obstacle. How will he do today, though? Makes the first jump barely, though. He almost comes up short. Alright, looking to that second step, and oh my god, he completely missed! AOT! Alright. Next up, we have Shindu 3 making his 4th appearance on the course. He'll also have 110 seconds, like everyone else. And here he goes onto the first obstacle, Piston Road. Nobody's beaten this so far. Can Shindu be the first? Alright, going into that third step nicely. Looking into the fourth, and makes it through the Piston Road. He'll be the first to face the ledge leap. Now you can do two things. You can safe jump on it, or go straight for the dismount like he just did. Alright, now for the vertigo. Taking a good look at this obstacle. Doesn't know what to do. He seems lost. Like, come on, Shindu. You've seen the last tournament. You should know how to do this. Alright, here he goes. That was terrible. Oh god. Let's see if newcomer Textural State 66 can fare better. Alright, taking a quicker approach on those first two steps. Yeah, this is the pace that I like to see on this first obstacle. Nicely done by this newcomer. Alright, moving into the ledge leap, and ooh, makes a rookie mistake. He hits the front of the wall, and that is no good. Alright, time for our first fast forward. Samwoo Ya goes out on the ledge leap as well. Evil Reaper 216 completely flops the first jump, as well as Jumpman Jonah 23, which then rounds up with Fear Jar 4568 also going out on the ledge leap. And now we move on to Ninja Warrior 718. Today he's making his 8th appearance on the course, although he hasn't put up favorable results, so that's why he always tends to be lower in the run order despite making 8 appearances on the course. Anyways, Ninja Warrior, or Jonte as we like to call him on Xbox, considering one of his former gamer tags was Jonte's Gaming. Alright, getting for the vertigo nicely. He'll be the first to face the Fishbone. He has to jump onto 4 pillars while dodging 5 columns that move back and forth. He has to jump roughly when those moving columns are in the middle, which he's done nicely. First to get for the Fishbone, now for the Dragon Glider. It's been made tougher this tournament, and he comes up short. Yeah, he's not very good at those bouncer obstacles. Let's see if a wipeout course can do better. Bit of a Wally. He was formerly known as X Pacific X Ocean X. Now he changed his gamer tag to a wipeout course, doing a 360 there at the end of the Piston Road. Going into the ledge leap, also doing a 360 there. Yeah, showing no respect for this course whatsoever. But he gets for the vertigo nicely, so despite him being a Wally, which he's doing right now, he's actually putting up a good run. He's on to the Fishbone, the 4th obstacle. Let's see how he does. Gets the first jump, shooting that saw, and overshoots the second pillar and gets smacked in the face by that 3rd one. Now we have another newcomer. It's Emerald Dragon. This guy was very excited about doing a run on this course, so he'll be making his first appearance on Spartan Sasuke 15. Let's see how he does. 110 seconds onto the Piston Road. And apologies for the clear throat. I am a little sick. But anyways, Emerald Dragon getting through the Piston Road nicely. Onto the ledge leap. This has been causing troubles for many of our newcomers. Alright. Taking a nice approach with the safe jump. Might want to be a little quicker. He's only down to 84 seconds. Going into the vertigo. He may want to pick up the pace. But goes for the wrong peg. And he's out. Alright. Now for a regular attack and toe. Followed by a whole bunch of random numbers. Why do people do this? Why do they think it's a good idea just to put a whole bunch of random numbers in their gamer tag? It makes no sense. Just why do you do that? Just why? Why? Alright. Through the Piston Road. He failed the hazard bar last tournament. So it was formerly the 2nd obstacle. Now it's been replaced with the ledge leap. Ooh. Taking a lot of time to line up here. He really wants to get through. You know, not only did you waste my time, I think you wasted your own time. So if you're gonna do that again, please never come back to Spartan Sasuke. Just, freaking noob. Freaking noob, I'm telling you. Alright, next up we have his friend, Spartan Walnut 71, also making his 2nd appearance on the course. He wore number 1 in the last tournament, now he's number 13. 13's his lucky number. Alright. Taking a bit of a slower approach here on the Piston Road. Doesn't want to make a simple mistake, which he gets through it nicely. Onto the ledge leap. Gets a safe jump, but comes up short anyways. Jumped a little too early there. Alright, Launch Shot Arrow 76 is next. The Robots Jumper making his 3rd appearance on the course today. How will he do? This guy put in a lot of practice going into this tournament, so he's really hoping to get far today. So will his practice pay off here in tournament 15? Alright, nicely through the ledge leap, doing a safe jump there. Alright, doing the jump technique onto that vertigo. Makes it a little easier and makes it through to the Fishbone. How will we handle this obstacle? Nobody has seen it before this tournament, so doing pretty good at the moment. Nicely for the Fishbone and quickly as well. But can he be the first to get through the Dragon Glider? Good timing on that bouncer. Gets the jump into that 2nd one and he's through the Dragon Glider. Will be the first to attempt the rolling jump. Now you want to go slowly on this ball. You want to make sure you stay to the front of that, because if you move further back, it's just going to launch like a rocket and you're going to have no control at all. But, almost comes up short of the cargo net, but barely gets through it. Alright, getting these perfect crouch jumps nicely on the cargo net. And through the rolling jump, but he's only got 40 seconds left going into the crazy wall. He's probably going to want to kick it into overdrive here. Alright, through the crazy wall, onto the fly chute. He's putting on an amazing run so far, but it all comes to an end on the flying chute as he comes up short. Let's look at the replay. He almost comes up short here on the cargo net, doing a safe jump there just to ensure he sticks it. But on the flying chute, it all came apart when he jumps too late and comes up short of the bar. And that leads into our next competitor, Alpha Puma. Normally he's one of the last competitors to run, but he's number 15 in this tournament. On his 15th appearance as well, he's only one of 3 competitors going into this tournament that has competed in every tournament of Spartan Sasuke. And this guy has early success, which accommodated in him earning the All-Star rank going into Tournament 5. But that all fell apart once he became an All-Star, because in the last 10 tournaments, he has only cleared Stage 1 twice. In Tournament 7 and 11, Puma's results generally seem to be getting worse over time. And that cannot be said more than in the last tournament where he failed the second obstacle. And because of his unsuccess, his rank has been dropped to veteran due to his bad results. So, will this motivate Puma to want to get further and try to get his All-Star rank back? We'll have to find out. Alright, gaining through this piston road nicely. Alpha Puma took about a 1-month hiatus throughout December from jumping in general, so now he's back here for Tournament 15 after his hiatus, so let's see how he does here. Onto the Fishbone. He's never seen this obstacle before. How will he do it? Alright, he's into the first one, almost overshoots it. Alright, into the second nicely. Going into the third, fourth, and is through onto the Dragon Glider. We just saw Launch Shot get through this. Puma, he was worried about this obstacle, but he looks like he's going to get through it. Almost comes up short of this mount, right? Wanting to do a safe jump there. He is the captain of safe jumps after all. And what is he doing here on the rolling jump? He's taking a backwards approach here to try to get it onto the track, and it's just wasting time. He only has less than 50 seconds left. Ooh, that ball's getting out of control, and no, doesn't get enough momentum, and he comes up short of the mount on the cargo net. Yeah, all went wrong here on the rolling jump. He tried to get the ball onto the track backwards, but he could not gain control of the ball, and when he turned around, it was all too late and gets absolutely no momentum to reach that cargo net. And our next three competitors really didn't fare that much better. Conkurt's DJMK goes out on the piston road, the Spy 5780 out on the ledge leap, and finally K's Soul Eater fails the third jump of the piston road. Which now we move on to newcomer non-zero Owl 9400. So newcomer, how will he do on his first appearance? Alright, gets into that first step nicely, and he walks off the back of it. Oh dear God, freaking noobs everywhere. Come on. Alright, next up, competitor number 20, Elias Lindholm. Now, this guy is making a second appearance. He's a blaster from the past. He was formerly known as Orange Cookie 978, who competed all the way back in Tournament 3. So this is his first appearance on the course in 2.5 years. Almost walks off that third piston, but he comes up short of the fourth one anyways. What a shame. Alright, next up we have Crown Ferret 19, or as we like to call him, Irish. Anyways, how will Irish do on his second appearance? Competed last tournament. Let's see how he does here on appearance number 2. Alright. Going slowly here on the piston road. Not 20. Ooh! Okay, a little bit of lag there. Somehow gets through that piston road. Alright. Lag seems to be affecting him a little, but alright, gets through the ledge leap nevertheless. Alright, looking into the vertigo. Alright, gets the jump. Oh no, he comes up short. Did not quite get enough distance to reach the upper end. And now we have Princess Pink GX making her 6th appearance on the course. How will she do here in Tournament 15? 110 seconds for 10 obstacles, and she is off, taking a much quicker approach here on the piston road. I like that. I like that very much. Alright. Taking her time going into the ledge leap. Alright, looks like she's going for the safe jump. Ooh, doing another one, but still manages to get through. Now, taking her time going into the vertigo. Does not want to make a simple mistake. Ooh, she makes it. Gets the safe jump. Oh, she slips off nevertheless. Ooh, I thought she had that under control, but apparently not. Looking at the replay, yeah, she gets the jump nicely, but when she safe jumps, it just launches her, and when she tries to safe jump again, she just cannot recover. What a terrible way for Princess Pink GX to go out. Alright, now for Colin the Potato. This guy made it all the way to the 6th obstacle in the last tournament, which back then was the vertigo. Has now been moved back to position 3, so will have to face his nemesis a little earlier on here. So whether that's a good or bad thing, we are about to find out. Alright, he's into the vertigo. Can he get revenge on this obstacle? Yes, he does. He gets through the vertigo onto the Fishbone. Alright. NK joining party. And mistimes the first jump on the Fishbone, gets knocked by that first pole. That's a bit of a shame. Next up, guy that also beat the Dragon Glider in the last tournament, Caucasians. This guy, member of the Halo Basketball League, the Go Tanks and Smoking Massacre hosts. He frequently plays with us overnight. So, how will this Halo B-baller do? Almost comes up short of the ledge leap. But now on to the vertigo and still can't get through it. He goes for the wrong peg. And next up, competitor who's been improving over these past few tournaments, making his 14th appearance on Spartan Sasuke, is King Sparkity. He made his debut back in Tournament 2, and his early performances really weren't that memorable as he never got past the first 4 obstacles, but in Tournament 5 that all changed when he would get his first and only clear so far. But after that, his performances would go downhill as he would get another first obstacle fail in Tournament 6, but gets the flying shoot in Tournament 7, but after that, doesn't really put on that many memorable performances, generally failing the second or third obstacle. But starting in Tournament 12, we have seen a bit of an improvement over for King Sparkity, sticking the first swing of the double pendulum in Tournament 12, and in Tournament 14, reaching the Dragon Glider, the 5th obstacle. So, with his improving record, will this turn him in for another clear here in Spartan Sasuke 15? It's been 10 tournaments since then. It would be really nice to see him back on stage 2 again. This guy, I know he has the skill, but he doesn't necessarily put in the practice most of the time, which has really hindered him in the past, but he's really hoping to move on from that here in Tournament 15. Oh no! He tries to go for the safe jump, but let's see what went wrong here. He overshoots it. He goes for the safe jump, but gets a little too much momentum and cannot recover. That is a shame to see him go out that early. And it seems that he's back to his old ways of failing. Alright, next fast forward, Pacific Rim 77 goes out on the ledge leap, and then Meta Berserker 1 blessed us with this glorious butt fumble of a failure on the 4th step of the Piston Road. And then Demigods, another HBL player, goes out on the ledge leap. Which then leads us into competitor number 29, Killer the Man. He's also making his 8th appearance on the course. Made it to the Vertigo last tournament, which back then it was the 6th obstacle, now it's the 3rd. So let's see how he does today. 110 seconds for Killer the Man. This guy has come close to clearing stage 1 in the past, but has not been able to capitalize on the success he had previously on Smokey's and Hunter's courses. He's made it as far as stage 3 on both of those courses. And gets a safe jump, but gets knocked off. That is a shame. Yeah, he fails the vertigo again, goes for the safe jump, but just can't quite recover. What a shame.
This is a pretty tough course right now that I'm looking at. Probably not going to be easy to pass. Time limit's pretty lenient, but at the same time, the difficulty of these jumps pretty difficult. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Our next competitor to take on the course is the veteran Could Be Better. Today he's making his landmark 10th appearance on Spartan Sasuke. He competed in all 4 tournaments of Season 2, came back in Season 3 where he would get his first clear on a major course since the Xbox 360, and would then follow that up with a Stage 3 run in Tournament 11, and would go on to clear again in Tournament 13. But his biggest success on the Xbox One by far is his performances on Aborigines Warrior, now known as Halo Warrior. Could Be Better is the grand champion of that course, achieving that feat in Tournament 19 of Aborigines Warrior, where he made it to the top in a staggering 13 seconds left, and he had this to say about his run in Aborigines.
You know, going into abs, like, it's a pretty tough course. You know, a lot of people don't do good on it for some reason. I think it's because of the lack of, like, being able to practice, and it just shows off your actual true skill as a jumper instead of, you know, just being able to memorize a course. So maybe that's why people are having trouble. People had trouble with abs compared to other courses.
Filthy Phil, the grand champion of Aborigines Warrior, back for his 10th appearance on Spartan Sasuke. He missed out in the last tournament, but now returns here to Tournament 15. Missing the last tournament could be at a disadvantage for him, considering that most of these obstacles are new to him. So how will he do on his first appearance on a Season 4 course? Right, taking it safe here on the ledge leap, going into the vertigo. Gets through it nicely. Moving on to the Fishbone. He was a little worried about this obstacle, but let's see how he does. Alright, he's going into the first one. Into the second. The third. Timing his jumps well and gets through it onto the Dragon Glider. Phil, looked like he jumped a little late, and he did, and could be better out on the Dragon Glider. He's had trouble with bouncer obstacles in the past, and this one comes to bite him. Could be better out on the Dragon Glider. Alright, 30 runs in, and so far no one has made it past the 8th obstacle, the Flying Chute. We are in the same position last tournament where no one had cleared 30 runs in, so let's see if our next competitor, Cheese's Life 5, can break this losing streak. Now, he had a rather unfortunate failure in the last tournament where he failed the 4th obstacle, which at the time was the music box. Considering the tournament prior, he made it all the way to stage 2 for his first time. So, Cheese's Life looking for a bit of revenge here in Tournament 15. But however, going into this tournament, he did say he was a little depressed. So, will that affect his run here? Alright, he's onto the Fishbone. This is the position where he failed last tournament. Cheese's Life. Ooh, he rushes going into the second one, and it comes back to haunt him. Gets knocked by those moving pegs. Yeah, you want to take your time on this obstacle. You really don't want to rush it, otherwise you're more likely to be hit by those poles, and that's a rookie mistake there. What an unfortunate failure by Cheese's Life. Let's see if his friend Wolf Ninja 1225 can fare better. This guy back for his 7th appearance. This guy shocked everyone in Tournament 13 where he cleared Stage 1. However, in the last tournament went out on the 6th obstacle, the Vertigo. So let's see if Wolf Ninja can beat the Vertigo this time and hopefully clear Stage 1 for his 2nd. Alright. Doing a safe jump there on the ledge leap. Now moves on to the Vertigo. This is the obstacle he failed last tournament. However, not in the same position. Who gets a late safe jump there, but gets through it. Onto the Fishbone. We just saw Cheese's Life go out here. Hopefully he won't flop here. Alright, taking his time on Light Cheese. Doing a little safe jump there. Ooh, that might cost him some time. But gets through that 4th one. Moving into the Dragon Glider, and he gets knocked by that final pole, which sends him flying to the left. Yeah, take a look at this replay again. He slightly mistimed that last jump and just gets hit by that final moving pillar. That is an awful way to fail the Fishbone. Alright, next up, H&W Superman 68. This guy had quite a bit of success in the last tournament where he made it to the 7th obstacle, the crazy wall, but most importantly, got a top 10 in the last tournament. So he's hoping to follow that up with his first clear here on Spartan Sasuke. Will he be able to do so here? Alright, he's on to the Vertigo. Moving in. Oh, goes for the wrong one. He beat this obstacle in the last tournament, but fails it today despite it being made easier. Alright, next up we have Secret Squad 157. Competed in the previous 2 tournaments, and in the last tournament he failed the Dragon Glider. He's only one of 4 to fail it. So let's see how he does today here in Tournament 15. Alright, going for the safe jump there on the ledge leap, not wanting to take many risks. Alright, taking a careful approach into the vertigo, gets the jump nicely. Now moving on to the fishbone. Alright, how will he do on this obstacle? Alright, ooh, mistimes that first jump. He also gets knocked by that first pole. What a shame. And, oh, good lord. Next up is awesome. And I thought we banned this guy, but apparently he's back for his 5th appearance on the course. He last competed all the way back in Tournament 8. I don't know why he's back, wearing an orange theme this time. Alright, showboating on this piston road here, shooting that storm rifle. And there's an is gay sign in the background. Yeah, he really is gay. So, alright, and next! Alright, next up is Siren. Or as we like to call him, Chris. Siren is making his 13th appearance on Spartan Sasuke. He made his debut back in Tournament 2, where he cleared, and would then go on to clear Stage 1 again in Tournaments 5 and Tournament 10, which means that he has cleared at least once in every season. However, things started to go downhill for him, where he consistently failed Stage 1, most commonly going out on the bouncer obstacles in Tournaments 11 through 13. However, in Tournament 14, he got a little further, but was no match for the flying chute, which he previously failed in Tournament 6. So, Siren coming down from the heavens with the Hannibal Mantis like he always does. So, he got pretty far in the last tournament. So, if his trend of clearing once per season continues, hopefully he can clear here today. It's been tough. Nobody's cleared so far, which means we are on our longest drought without a single clear. Yeah, previously it took till number 35 in the run order in both tournaments 6 and 9. But now we're on to number 36 and we still have no finisher. So, which means we are now on our longest drought without a clear. So, will Siren be able to break that curse here today? Alright, Siren didn't put a lot of practice into this tournament, but going quickly here on the fishbone. Ooh, that was a close call, but gets a godly-like safe jump there. Nicely done. Down from the heavens indeed, Siren. Sticking that dragon glider. Gonna get through it again. But he comes up short of the dismount. Chris, what happened here? Alright, first I want to go back to that safe jump he did on the fishbone. This was just crazy. It looked like he was just gonna flop into the ocean there, but no thank you. But it all fell apart on the very next obstacle, the dragon glider. He had it all under control, but doesn't time his jump correctly. As you can see there, he doesn't get a jump going into the dismount, and you actually have to press jump in order to successfully land that dismount. And now we have Bubba Ace 37. He is the famed host of Ninja Warrior of Roblox.
Okay. Well, that didn't work so well.
This guy has been competing on Spartan Sasuke in every tournament since Tournament 9. However, he has yet to make it past the 3rd obstacle in a single tournament. Bubba Ace in the last tournament, going out on the hazard bar in a rather unique way. He fails the dismount, falling off to the side of it. So, but Bubba Ace is determined more than ever this tournament to get a personal best. If he wants to achieve that, he's going to have to get past the vertigo. It's been a pretty tricky obstacle so far in this tournament, but I have faith in Bubba that he can finally pull it off. Has about a year and a half of Halo jumping experience in his book, so will he finally pull through and get the personal best he's been deserving for a long while. Alright, he's on to the ledge leap. Going for the safe jump there, plays it safe. Now for the vertigo. Alright, if he gets past this, it's a personal best and he comes up short. Oh, no personal best for Bubba Ace today. Alright, he goes for it, he hits the front of that peg, forgets to crouch, and pays the price. Alright, next to take on the course, making his 9th appearance today is Garchomp. Garchomp is the founder of the Halo Basketball League. Him and Smokey Massacre organized this tournament. It's been in the planning stages for well over a year, but I can finally announce that taping for its first official season is now underway. Garchomp has been competing on Spartan Sasuke since Tournament 7, and he's gotten close to clearing Stage 1 on numerous occasions, but has yet to capitalize on a clear. The closest he came was in Tournament 13, where he scaled all of the vertical plank before running out of time at the very end. And the last tournament didn't quite get as far, going out on the 6th obstacle, the vertigo. And now, back for his 9th appearance today, Garchomp, hoping to get far again here in Tournament 15. Let's see how the founder of the Halo Basketball League does. And another thing I forgot to point out, another major success of jumping that he has is his 3 final stage appearances on Smokey Massacre's course, Halo Ninja Warrior. Alright, Garchomp, moving on to the vertigo. We just saw Bubba Ace go out here. Gets a safe jump and makes it through. Garchomp onto the Fishbone, the all-star of Halo Ninja Warrior. Moving on to the Fishbone. A little bit of lag there, but alright, he's taking his time here. May want to start picking up the pace. He's only got 74 seconds left. This is not a linear time limit, despite what Phil said. You gotta keep a consistent pace all throughout. So he's really gonna want to pick it up here on the Dragon Glider. Beat this in the last minute, but times his jump too late, and he's out on the Dragon Glider. Oh, what a shame to see him go out here. Beat this in the last tournament, but his has been made tougher. So, tries jumping later, but it's just a little too late and does not quite get in the height he needed to reach the slider. Which then moves on to his friend, Snozberries. This guy is making his 13th appearance on Spartan Sasuke. His biggest success on Spartan Sasuke came in Tournament 3, where he cleared for his first and only time. However, Snoz, despite getting far in a few tournaments, has yet to capitalize on that same success he had back in Tournament 3. He can fail either really early, or in the last tournament's case, fail really far. Last tournament, he failed the 7th obstacle, the Crazy Wall, getting him a top 10. And another noteworthy thing about Snoz is that he and Patty Freakin created the map Pound Town, which is featured in Halo 5's Action Sack playlist. So, Snoz back for his 13th appearance here on Spartan Sasuke. Not only is he a good forger, but he's a pretty decent jumper as well. So, considering how far he got in the last tournament, I have high hopes for Snoz to get far here in Tournament 15. But one thing that could set him back here in this tournament is that he is sick. Much like I am right now, but that's besides the point. Anyway, Snoz, will his sickness affect him here in Tournament 15? Alright, looking into the ledge leap, gets the safe jump, and ooh, this is what I was just talking about earlier. He can either fail really late or really early, and like he did here. Goes out on the 2nd obstacle, the ledge leap, tries getting the safe jump, but mistimes it and gets launched off the platform. That is a shame. Alright, and our last run on Sunset is Unicron. Now, he's making his first appearance, but this guy, you might recognize him. He competed on Sasuke Adventure 2, and originally we would have given this number to Hunter Unit 751, but he did not show up this tournament, so we decided to give it to this guy instead. Taking a lot of safe jumps here on the ledge leap. Come on, just go for it, man. Alright, there he goes. Alright, looking into the vertigo, taking his time. Alright, here he goes. Oh, nope. I lied. He's going to fall back and line up again. Alright, he goes for it now and just flops. Alright, it's time for our Spartan Slayer. And this time it goes to the first obstacle, the Piston Road, with 10 failures. With generally some of the most embarrassing failures of a first obstacle we have seen in a while. honorable mention goes to the ledge leap for also having 10 failures, but we just had to give it to the piston road because it's the first obstacle. And generally the first obstacle has the most embarrassing fails, so shame to see these guys go out like this. Except not him. He's a complete failure and should never compete again. Umpa's awesome. Which now moves us into nighttime. 10 competitors left to take on the first stage. Still no finishers. But if anyone can do it, it certainly can be our last 10 competitors. They are considered some of the best on Halo jumping, our top veterans and all-stars alike. What can they do to bring this tournament back into the spotlight and hopefully give us our first clear? Alright, first to run under the lights, this guy looking for a bit of revenge after his failure in the last tournament. Kicking off the nighttime runs is veteran Mighty Max 80. Mighty Max 80's first success on Spartan Sasuke came in Tournament 11, where he would then go on to clear again in Tournament 12, and in Tournament 13 would get all the way to the third stage, putting on his best run by a country mile. However, in the last tournament, he wasn't able to capitalize on that success when he failed, unfortunately, on the flying chute. Mighty Max 80 looking for a bit of revenge here in Tournament 15 of Spartan Sasuke. This guy, one of the more dedicated competitors here on the course. So let's see if he can get revenge from his failure in the last tournament. 110 seconds that he's off onto the piston road. Nicely through that. Quickly done. That's what I like to see from a veteran like Mighty Max. Going straight through the ledge leap. This guy in complete control of these first three obstacles. This is what I like to see from a veteran. But how will he handle the fishbone? He's never seen this before. Taking his time going into it. Taking a bit of a safer approach. Alright, jumping in the middle of the cycles and gets through it. Took a bit of time on the fishbone, but going straight into the dragon glider. Ooh, almost comes up short, but gets through it. Doesn't pull a Chris. And moving on to the rolling jump. Only one competitor's beaten this so far. So let's see if Mighty Max can beat a second. Ooh, he's a little over the place, but no, Mighty, he comes up short of the mount onto the cargo net. Let's take a look at the replay. Yeah, it looked like he's a little all over the place on that ball. Yeah, the first half of the stage he was doing very well. It seemed like he was under control, but the rolling jump completely took him out of control and does not get enough momentum to reach the cargo net. That is a shame. And for the second tournament in a row, Mighty Max is out. But if anyone's going to be our first clear, I think this guy is definitely capable of doing so. Making his landmark 10th appearance on Spartan Sasuke is Talking King 5J. He made his first appearance back in Tournament 6, where he failed the second obstacle, and his 3 appearances after did not put on that memorable of performances, generally failing early on. However, that would all change in Tournament 10, where he shocked everyone by clearing Stage 1 for his first time, and would then follow that up by clearing 3 more times in Tournaments 11, 12, and in the previous tournament, Tournament 14, where he was only one of 3 competitors in the last tournament to clear the first stage. However, he struggled on the second stage, struggling to get up the salmon ladder, which then screwed him up on time, but failed on the metal spin nevertheless. But had he gotten through that, he would have run out of time. But today, he'll be looking to have a 50-50 clear record here on Stage 1, hoping to get his 5th clear on Spartan Sasuke. And if anyone's going to break this drought of failures, I think Talking King can very well do it. He's one of the most dedicated competitors on this course. Puts in a lot of practice every day to improving his skill and generally getting far on the course. But he's yet to get to Stage 3, so that, I believe, is his goal in this tournament, to get to Stage 3 for his first time. Alright, making good work of those first 3 obstacles. How will he handle the fishbone? We saw a few competitors struggle with this earlier, but Talking King in control of the fishbone, Moving on to the Dragon Glider. Alright, Talking King going into it, and he comes up short! Talking King 5J out on the Dragon Glider. Yeah, he failed the double pendulum in Tournament 13, and with the buff to the Dragon Glider, it was too much for Talking King as he goes out on the 5th obstacle, the Dragon Glider. What a shame to see him out on the first stage. I thought he could clear 2. What a shame.
For the Dragon Glider, I'm nervous, even more so than I was last tournament. And for the stage as a whole, it's the same feeling I have for the Dragon Glider, just about, I'd guess, around 30 times more. I do not think I'm going to clear this, but hopefully I do.
Despite his unconfidence, the first All-Star to take on the course this tournament is Flame Vortex 03. He earned the rank of All-Star for his general consistency on the course, as well as his many Stage 3 appearances, which includes a first place in Tournament 12. In the last tournament, however, he would fail Stage 1 for only his 3rd time ever, going out on the Dragon Glider of the first stage. And I bet he's worried about that this tournament since it's been made tougher, but knowing Flame, I think he can pull through. He's generally one of the most consistent competitors when it comes to Spartan Sasuke, at least. So let's see if he can pull through and get another Stage 1 clear today. Alright, Flame Vortex 03 took a bit of a hiatus from jumping going into this tournament, but returns, so how will that hiatus affect him here? He's got a good crowd following him. I mean, he is an All-Star, so that is to be expected. He's one of 5 All-Stars competing in today's tournament, and he's on to the Fishbone. Alright, who almost jumps too late there, but still gets through the first peg. Alright, going into the second and the third, moving into the 4th, and now, moment of truth, the Dragon Glider. We just saw Talking King fail it, but Flame sticks it nicely. He's through the Dragon Glider, and he's halfway through the course. But how will he handle the rolling jump? As we saw with Mighty Max, it can be very tough to control this ball. So he's got to be in nice control. He's staying to the front of that ball. I like this approach. It's much slower, so that could be a disadvantage, but it's definitely the safer approach. And it pays off. He gets into the cargo net, but comes up short. Flame comes up short of the second jump on the cargo net and the rolling jump. What is going on? 43 competitors in and still no finishers. I do not believe what is going on right now. Flame out on the Dragon Glider, the sad music playing. He got through the Dragon Glider, which took him out in the last tournament. And did I just call the rolling jump the Dragon Glider earlier? Rip me. Anyways, he got through the Dragon Glider that he failed last tournament. He was good on the ball on the rolling jump, but makes a simple error here on the cargo net of all things when he times his crouch too late and fails Stage 1.
This course just keeps getting harder and harder as the 12 appearances go, but we're hoping for the best as always. Try to not get a personal worst. That's always the goal.
Next to take on the course this tournament, making his 12th appearance, is Weapon Matt. Weapon Matt had a bit of a comeback starting in Tournament 10, where he would then go on to clear again in Tournaments 11 and 12. And in Tournament 12, he would get to Stage 3 for his first time on Spartan Sasuke. However, starting in Tournament 13, his performances have gone downhill, where he failed the double pendulum in Tournament 13, and in the last tournament comes up short of the brick climb. And today, looking for a bit of revenge here on Stage 1. And there's Swantron97 cheering him on. Weapon Matt, how will he do today? He's also looking for a 50-50 clear record, hoping to get his 6th Stage 1 clear today on Spartan Sasuke. This guy's made it to the final stage before on Halo Ninja Warrior. So let's see how he does today. 110 seconds, and he's off. Swan with the support back there. Getting through the piston row, Weapon Matt onto the ledge leap and into the vertigo as well. He was a little worried about the time limit, but he's in good control of the first 3 obstacles, getting through them quickly. A bit of lag going into the Fishbone, but... Alright, gets the first jump. Ooh, almost overshoots it. Okay. A little scary there, but gets that second jump into the third one, but rushes into the fourth one. Weapon Mat is out on the Fishbone! No! Weapon Mat! Why did he do that? Why did he rush the Fishbone like that? Well, you're better than that, Weapon Mat. He made probably the simplest mistake you could make by going straight to that fourth one. Oh no, makes such a rookie mistake. I do not believe it. Weapon Mat out on just the 4th obstacle. Which then leads into our next competitor, also looking for a bit of revenge. Next to take on the course, making his 12th appearance as well, is Strafe Helix. Strafe Helix made it all the way to the final stage back in Tournament 7. And after that, he would follow that up with more consistent performances, which would see him get to stage 3 in 5 of his appearances on Spartan Sasuke, including 3 times in a row in tournaments 11 through 13. Strafe Helix, one of the most consistent competitors, going out on the vertical limit in tournament 13, but in the last tournament, pulled off quite possibly his most shocking failure to date when he does not get a jump on the dismount of the Tarzan rope. So, Strafe Helix looking for a lot of revenge this tournament. This guy puts in so much practice into each tournament, looking to get far each and every time. This guy, not only does he want to get back to the final stage in every tournament, but he's determined to be one of the best competitors on Spartan Sasuke. And he's looking and fighting to be one of the all-stars on this course. Alright. Taking a bit of time going into the vertigo, but gets through it again, like he did last tournament, onto the Fishbone. We just saw Weapon Mat go out here. Alright, going into here, but oh no, he doesn't get a jump going into the 3rd peg! And yet another Fishbone fail. Yeah, Strafe Helix had a strategy going into this Fishbone where he would skip the 3rd peg and go straight for the 4th one, but he fails, but he doesn't get a jump. It's deja vu for Strafe Helix here on the Fishbone. What a shame. Only 5 competitors left to take on the course. It's yet no clears yet. Nobody has even gotten past the 8th obstacle, the flying chute. And next up, he has quite a bit of confidence, our next competitor.
You know, honestly, I'm actually feeling pretty good on my chances of beating stage 1. I mean, there's a couple obstacles in there that are tough. They could definitely take me out, but I think I have a really good chance of beating it. I mean, it always feels good to beat stage 1 in a tournament, so that's always going to be my goal.
Our next all-star to take on the Tournament 15 course is DHG Fireball. DHG Fireball, like Alpha Puma, is also one of 3 competitors to have competed in every tournament of Spartan Sasuke. And he was one of the first 5 all-stars to be crowned after Tournament 4. And this guy also made it to the final stage in Tournament 8, where he unfortunately came up short of reaching the top. But this guy, even though he has been plagued with a few stage 1 failures, when he gets far, he gets far. And in the last tournament, he was also one of 3 competitors to clear stage 1, pulling off a weird technique on the Tarzan rope, but did not phase him as he got the fastest clear time on stage 1, but could not get through stage 2, going out on the double compressor. Fireball has not been back to stage 3 since tournament 11, where he failed the final jump of the pipe slider. The pipe slider is no longer gone. It's been replaced with a pinch climb last tournament. But Fireball, back for his 15th appearance, looking to get far here, hoping to capitalize on another clear. Here in Tournament 15, it's been tough, but he seemed very confident going into this run, so I trust that he can pull through and be our first finisher. Alright, he's on to the Fishbone. This obstacle has taken out both Weapon Mat and Strafe Helix, taking a bit of a quick approach here, and a bit risky, but it pays off onto the Dragon Glider. But he comes up short! Fireball, no! He pulled a Taunting Chain, he's out on the Dragon Glider! What is going on? I cannot believe what just happened here on the Dragon Glider. DHC Fireball, another stage 1 failure, and it's in the hands of the Dragon Glider. Oh my god. Fireball does not quite get the timing. It looked like it was good for a moment, but it was not good enough. Which now leads into our next competitor that got first place in the last tournament. Next up is Atlantic Champ. Atlantic Champ has cleared stage 1 3 times. His first all the way back in tournament 7, and then in tournament 13, but his first true success came in tournament 14, where not only was he one of 3 competitors to get through stage 1, he beat stage 2 as the last man standing, just considering what position he got in the run order. He was the last person to take on stage 2. Nobody had cleared it yet, but then he pulled through and made it to the Lunatic Cliffhanger on stage 3 to get his first place finish in the last tournament. And now, hoping to follow that up here on possibly the hardest stage 1 ever. Only 4 competitors left. Atlantic Champ has got to pull through now. Bit of pressure on this run, but he has performed well under pressure before, so let's see if he can do it again. Ooh, bit of a risky approach here on the Vertigo, but gets the safe jump nevertheless. That was a little risky there, but he's on to the Fishbone. It's been deadly so far, but taking his time here, not wanting to rush it like Fireball did. But this is where Fireball just went out, the Dragon Glider. Alright, he gets into it barely though. Ooh, that was a close call again on the second slider, but he's on to the rolling jump. Only 1 competitor's beaten this so far. Ooh, moving a little fast. Ooh, he jumps! Oh, he can't catch up, and Atlantic Champ is out on the rolling jump. Atlantic Champ made it all the way to stage 3 in the last tournament. He was the only competitor to reach stage 3 in the last tournament, but now fails the rolling jump. I don't believe what is going on in this tournament. This has to be a bad dream. Oh my god, Atlantic Champ. Of all competitors, I was predicting him to get past stage 1. I was predicting him to get back to stage 3. But this stage 1 has shown no mercy whatsoever. We only have 3 competitors left to take on the course, and no one has yet to clear. And Atlantic Champ can't do it. Our next 3 competitors are definitely going to have just as much of a struggle, but it'll be up to them to carry this tournament forward. Only 3 runs left to go here on the first stage of Tournament 15. It has been an absolute bloodbath of a tournament so far. But next up is one of the 3 competitors that reached the final stage in Tournament 13.
I'm not feeling that great. I'm really worried about the time limit. It seems to be really strict when I've done it in practice, so you have to go full send if you're going to clear it in time. The slide one, the red slidey, that was pretty tough sometimes. The ball's tough. The other ball is tough. And then the first climbing part's tough. And then the second climbing part, that's also tough. I mean, I can clear if I just don't make any mistakes. I'll slow down.
Alright, it's go time for our next competitor, Ump Double Ump. Today he's making his 12th appearance on the course and made his first run all the way back in Tournament 1. He got his first stage cleared in Tournament 2 but failed at the end of Stage 2. But in Tournament 3 he made it all the way to the final stage for his first time, where he came up short of achieving complete victory, missing the fusion coil at the end. But in the following tournament, he made it back to the final stage and made it look like an absolute cakewalk by becoming the first grand champion of Spartan Sasuke with only 3/10 of a second remaining on the clock. But his success did not stop there. He would then make it back to the final stage again in Tournament 7, where unfortunately he would come up short. But not only did he make it back in Tournament 7, he made it back in his last appearance in Tournament 13, where he came even closer, but came up painfully short of becoming the two-time champion by just a mere half second. And now Double is back for Tournament 15, missed Tournament 14, but back for this tournament of Spartan Sasuke. A lot of pressure going on to him in this run. He missed last tournament, so these obstacles are going to be new for him. And so, how will he do? He's got to perform more than he ever has before, because nobody has cleared stage 1. He's got to put in all of his skill right here in this very run. Double gets the safe jump on the vertigo. Alright, moving into the Fishbone. How will he handle this obstacle? Alright, taking a safe approach going into the second one. This guy was very worried about the time limit. He often complains about it, but it's on a good pace so far. Alright, doing his usual slide technique, his usual bumpay technique, going into that bouncer. Almost comes up short. Yeah, that's one disadvantage. He doesn't jump at the end of each slider. I mean, it does work, but it's not as consistent as jumping at the end of them. Alright, he's in good control of this rolling jump, and something I forgot to mention earlier is that I had to re-record this run in fader mode due to technical difficulties, so the footage seems a little jumpy, and that's why, but he's the second competitor to get through the rolling jump. He's on to the crazy wall. Alright, he's got to go. 40 seconds left. Ooh, he's not sprinting up! Ooh, that was a weird approach here. Onto the flying chute. He sticks it. And 30 seconds left. Surely now we'll have a clear. Surely now he can break the curse. He's on to the Tarzan rope. Double incomplete run. Control this run. He doesn't get a lot of momentum. And he comes up short. Oh my god. What just happened? He doesn't get enough momentum for the dismount into the brick climb. That dismount's been made easier too. And he still fails it. Double. I don't believe it. He rarely ever fails stage 1. I believe this is only the third time he's ever failed it. But he failed it at the worst tournament possible. He seemed in complete control up into the Tarzan rope, beating the flying chute. He's in first place at the moment. But he doesn't get a lot of momentum going into this dismount. Yeah, he jumps too early. Didn't spend enough time building up momentum. And he comes up painfully short of this dismount. And oh, such a shame to see someone like fail the Tarzan rope. This obstacle caused trouble in the last tournament too. And it just took out the Tournament 4 Grand Champion, Double. And now only 2 competitors left to go. If our first Grand Champion can't do it, what chance does our 2-time Grand Champion fare?
It's funny I failed stage 1 in the last tournament because it seemed like the last tournament was a very difficult stage 1, and this one just seems even harder. So the fact that I failed last time, maybe I could take a few notes away from my performance in the last tournament. I made a very simple mental mistake there, so hopefully I won't do that again, but I still am very cautious going into the stage 1.
The next to last competitor to take on the Tournament 15 course this tournament is Smoky Massacre. He has competed in every tournament of Spartan Sasuke and is the host of Halo Ninja Warrior and the co-host of the Halo Basketball League alongside Gotenks. Smoky Massacre is considered by many the best competitor on this course. And despite having struggles in Tournament 6 and 7, he came back with a huge comeback in Tournament 8 by becoming the second Grand Champion of Spartan Sasuke. And his success did not stop there. He would then go on to get first place in each of Tournaments 8 through 11. He failed Stage 1 in Tournaments 9 through 11, but getting further each time. And despite having a fluke in Tournament 12 going out in the first stage, he then came back strong in Tournament 13, getting back to the final stage, but shocked everyone by becoming the very first two-time Grand Champion on a major jumping course. However, his success in Tournament 13 did not carry well into Tournament 14, as he went out on the flying chute of the first stage. And now, Smokey Massacre, the two-time Grand Champion, looking for revenge here on Tournament 15, looking for revenge on the flying chute, and hopefully get his 10th clear on Spartan Sasuke. 110 seconds, and Smokey Massacre is off. A lot of pressure weighing in on Smokey since nobody is cleared yet. He's gotta perform. We just saw go out painfully. And I'm sure that's gonna be in the back of Smokey's mind, but he's gotta look past that. He's gotta put on the Kingsworthy performance that he's put on in the past. Alright, he's into the Fishbone. Alright, taking his time. Not wanting to make a simple mistake. Alright, he's onto the Dragon Glider. This obstacle has caused trouble for other competitors like Fireball and Talking King. But through the Dragon Glider, nevertheless, he's onto the rolling jump. We just saw get through it. Ooh, no, he falls off the front of it! Smokey Massacre, no! He fell off the front of the rolling jump. Smokey. Words cannot describe how shocked I am right now. Smokey Massacre has just been massacred by Tournament 15 Stage 1. Going out on the rolling jump. Smokey Massacre. Oh my god. I really thought he had it in the bag this tournament. I really thought he was gonna pull through. Yeah, he almost came up short there on the vertigo. Gets a nice safe jump though. Taking his time on the Fishbone. Getting through the Dragon Glider. But it all fell apart at the hands of the rolling jump of all obstacles. Let's see what went wrong here. Alright, he moves the ball onto the track. But as he tries moving forward, he falls off the front of the soccer ball. As we get another top angle here. He tries to stay in control, but it boosts off when he least expected it, and he was not prepared for that, and fell off on the front of the soccer ball of the rolling jump. And now, Smokey Massacre, with his 6th Stage 1 failure, 2nd in a row, he has not done well here on the Season 4 course. What a painful way for Smokey Massacre, our two-time Grand Champion, to go out now with 2 consecutive Stage 1 failures. And now we only have one competitor left to go. He's gonna have to put on the performance to succeed a god if he stands any chance of clearing Stage 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the final run of Tournament 15, and not one competitor has cleared Stage 1 yet. To simply say that this tournament has been a bloodbath is a very clear understatement. But now it all comes down to this. Throughout Tournament 15 so far, we have seen failure after failure without a single glimmer of success. And now only one competitor is left to take on the course here. A lot of competitors making simple mistakes, and a lot of competitors with other shocking failures as well. It now comes down to just one competitor. One competitor to succeed a god, and it's the lone wolf himself, Swantron 97.
Yeah, the final stage is definitely not happening this time. Definitely going to maybe beat stage 1 and probably fail stage 2. But it'll be better than everybody else so far, so I'm looking forward to that.
The final competitor to take on Tournament 15, you know his name.
Well, next up is Sauron Sucks.
Formerly known as Sauron Sucks, Swantron 97 is our final hope here in Tournament 15 of Spartan Sasuke. This guy has competed 13 times before. In his first appearance, he became the very first competitor to clear Stage 1 on Spartan Sasuke. He then followed that up in Tournament 2 by getting past the obstacle he failed in Tournament 1, but came up short of reaching the end of Stage 2. He then followed that up in Tournament 3 by reaching the third stage for his first time, where he then went out on the fourth obstacle, the vehicle ramps. In Tournament 4, however, would see his lowest point in Spartan Sasuke, where he would fail Stage 1 for his first and only time so far, going out on the first obstacle. He then came back in Tournament 5, where he breezed through Stage 1 and got past his Tournament 4 failure like it meant nothing. And then in Tournament 6 was the only competitor to clear Stage 1, which gave him the nickname the Lone Wolf. Although he didn't get to Stage 3 that tournament, he would then follow that up in Tournament 7 by getting to Stage 3 for a second time, which would then culminate in him earning the All-Star rank going into Tournament 8, where he got even further, going out on the final jump of Stage 3. And in Tournament 9, he was very consistent all throughout, beating Stage 1 in 9 tournaments in a row, tournaments 5 through 13, getting to Stage 3 5 times in a row from Tournament 7 to 11. Although he failed Stage 2 in Tournament 12, in Tournament 13 he would put on his best performance by a country mile, where he would get all the way to the final stage. And although he came up short of achieving complete victory, it was still a phenomenal appearance by the Swan. He missed the last tournament, however, going into this tournament, he has declared that due to failing health conditions, that this will be his final run on not just Spartan Sasuke, but all of Halo Jumping. So this tournament will prove to see if he can go out with one final bang here to capitalize on his very strong career here on Spartan Sasuke and Halo Jumping in general. Swantron 97, the champion that never became a champion, one of my closest friends on Xbox Live, and the most dedicated competitor on Spartan Sasuke. He is our last hope here in Tournament 15 of Spartan Sasuke. Not one competitor has cleared yet, but he was the only competitor to clear in Tournament 6, and now it'll be all up to him again on his last ever run on a Halo Jumping course. Swantron 97 is gonna have to put in the performance of a lifetime if he wants to go out in a bang. Swantron 97 with his final 110 seconds. Do not make it a waste. Come on, Swan. You can do this. And Swan, he is off. This is the final run of Tournament 15. If he fails anywhere on all 4 stages, then Tournament 15 is automatically over. And Swan moving on to the Fishbone. He is one of the most skilled competitors here on Halo 5. He made his debut on Halo Jumping on Halo 5, but it seems that this will be the game that he ends on as well. Taking his usual bumpy approach here on the Dragon Glider, but now into the rolling jump. This is where Smokey just failed. Alright, Swan. He's getting the ball onto the track. Alright, he's onto the track. Ooh, he's a little out of control. Come on, Swan. He's nearing the end of the track. Swan, he comes up short. Swan, it's over. It's all over. Tournament 15 ends on stage 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time on a traditional Halo jumping course outside of Aborigines Warrior that a tournament has ended on just the first stage. Swantron 97, on his final appearance on Spartan Sasuke, fails the rolling jump, and only his second stage 1 failure of all time. Swan needed this clear more than ever, considering the pressure. Was it too much? Was it due to his failing health condition? Who knows? But either way, this is heartbreaking, to say the least. Swan did not have good control here on the ball, the rolling jump at all. He was all over the place, and that cost him going into the cargo net. He could not build momentum going into the jump and comes up short of reaching the cargo net. And that's the end of Tournament 15. We will not be seeing anyone move on to Stage 2. This is it. All 50 competitors that came in to Tournament 15 has failed the first stage. And this is by a country mile the worst result we've ever seen on a major jumping course. And with that, it is already game over.
Game over.
All 50 competitors have failed Stage 1. The worst tragedy that could possibly happen on a tournament of Halo jumping. And that will put an end to Tournament 15. 50 competitors came, and 50 competitors went, as every one of them failed Stage 1 for the first time on a traditional jumping course. Had anyone gone past the Tarzan rope, they would have then used up their remaining time on the brick climb, to where they'll scale this, and then run over to the fusion coil at the end to clear Stage 1. Had anyone hit that fusion coil within the time limit, they would then move on to Stage 2, which features no changes from the last tournament, including the same 90-second time limit. And had anyone beaten this stage, they would have moved on to the third stage, which features a new second obstacle called the Cap Alley. It requires competitors to safe jump around each of the poles, and then once they're on the other side of each of the caps, they'll then be able to transfer to the next one. But that is all to look forward to in the future. But for now, it's back to the drawing board for our 50 competitors, so we'll see if next tournament, if they can recover from this tragedy. I'm RPG445, farewell everyone.